Hey everybody, it's the Doll Boy, and today I'm so excited to be rerooting yet another Winx Club doll. Ever since my last Winx haul video, I've gotten quite a few more Winx dolls secondhand, and I've already given a complete makeover to a Flora and Musa doll. If you want to see those, click the iCard in the screen, which will bring you to my Winx Club playlist. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click that bell, because more Winx reroots are coming in the future. In this video, I'm finally going to give a new look to Layla or Aisha. The version of Winx Club I grew up watching called her Layla, so that's what I will be calling her in this video too. In my haul video, I already showed you this Layla doll that I think is the sensational version, that originally came with curly hair. Her curls were pretty messy since I got this doll in used condition, so I really wanted to use this doll to experiment with the curly hair from TheDollPlanetHair, since I bought this hair quite a while ago, but I was a little nervous to use it. Before completely rerooting this though, I also wanted to see how well I would be able to restore this Layla's hair, in case one of you wanted to know what happens when you wash the original hair. As you can see, this doll still had some very defined curls in the middle, but the front and back hairline were very messy. The only option that I felt I had, unfortunately, was brushing out this full head of curls. Honestly, looking back at this footage, I'm really cringing because it looks so painful for the doll. That's why I did add some water and conditioner to the hair to make it a little easier to brush the hair through. This really helped in the process, and after brushing out all the tangles for a few minutes, I was left with hair that I could easily run my fingers through. I rinsed out all the conditioner first and brushed out the hair one last time, which leaves you with a pretty nice texture. I feel like this would be a really good base to recurl the hair and call it a day. But since I'm rerooting this doll anyways, I also wanted to see what the hair would look like after boil washing it. For this, I simply pour some boiling water over it and brush it out once again. That honestly made a huge difference already and created a really nice and natural looking texture you can play with. After experimenting with that sensational Layla doll though, I also found this regular Layla doll secondhand. And since both dolls look so different, I posted a poll on my Instagram asking you which one I should use for my reroot, and most of you wanted me to use that regular release Layla doll. I'm still planning to use the curly hair from the Doll Planet for her, but I actually did change my mind on the hair color. Even though this doll's original hair color is brown, while rewatching some Winx Club episodes, I noticed that there's a pretty strong red hue in the hair, and in later seasons that became even more prominent. I also do really love the idea of having that more red hair on Layla, as I think it's gonna look really pretty against her skin tone and the green in the outfit. I did not want the hair to be too bright red though, so to try and get that perfect balance, I will be using the curly hair in the shades Garnet Red, Bordeaux, and Tiramisu. The Tiramisu is a really pretty light brown, and then I have the Bordeaux Red, which is this stunning shade of dark red. Using this on its own though, I think that red would be too intense, which is why I'm also using that brown hair. For the brighter highlights Layla has in the front of the hair, I'm also gonna add some small pieces of the Garnet red, which has more of that orangey tone. I'm gonna try creating a mix of these shades, and I'm really curious to see how all these colors would go together. If you want to see a doll reroot with only one of these colors, make sure to let me know in the comments. To start the reroot process, I'm gonna cut all the hair as short as possible. This doll actually also had the rooted eyelashes that I do want to keep in, so I'm not cutting those off. Then I take my bowl of boiling water and dip in the doll's head to soften up the plastic. This allows you to take off the head from the body really easily. These Winx dolls honestly keep shocking me with how easily their heads do come off, and these neck bags also look so interesting to me. Now I'm taking my forceps pliers that I got from TheDollPlanetHair and scrape the inside of the doll's head. With this, I am actually being careful not to touch the inside of the eyes to make sure the eyelashes stay intact. Other than that, I just go around the head to pull that leftover hair to the inside. What I have noticed on these Winx heads is that they are so small that it really helps me to pull out some of the chunk of the hair already before scraping the inside of the head even more, because the inside of these heads do fill up pretty quickly. For that, I take my forceps pliers once again and open them up like this. Then I enter the head through the neck and close them on the inside to grab onto the hair that you loosened up to the inside. Because these Winx dolls don't have glue on the inside of the head, I also like to wet the head every now and then, because that really helps the hair to come out in bigger chunks. And that leaves your doll head really nice and clean, ready for the reroot. I'm also using a reroot tool from TheDollPlanetHair with a reroot needle attached to it. Then I take a little chunk of that curly bundle and take out one of the little curls. I stretch that out and try to find the middle of the hair strand, wrap that around my finger, and pick it up with my reroot tool. Then I simply find one of the holes in the head and I push the reroot tool in, which attaches the strand to the head. Now I do the same thing with one strand of brown hair and attach that right next to the red strand I just did. Then I just keep alternating the colors all the way around the back hairline. In that front hairline, I also want to include some of the brighter, more orangey red. And I'm gonna add that as a highlight around the temples. Then I also wanted to change the part line to a side part and add some more orange around that too. To keep these highlights pretty subtle and blended, I'm still alternating the shades I'm using, going with that Garnet, Bordeaux and Tiramisu shade, and then continue using the Bordeaux and Tiramisu color. Then around the spot where I want the part line to be, I go ahead and add some Garnet red once again. To create the new part line, I actually wanted to move that to a side part for this reroot, and I'm not sure how well the plastic of this head will react to me pushing the hair in spots without holes. That's why I'm taking my reroot tool and simply flip around the needle to have the sharp end of the needle on the outside. Then I simply go ahead and punch a lot of holes into the head in a straight line to create the perfect canvas for the new part line I'm creating. After that, I flip over the needle once again, so I have that reroot side sticking out again, and I start adding in the curls. For this, I once again alternate the brown and Bordeaux color, and I'm still using the same small sections here. That's why I am going over it again, adding another strand of hair to each of the holes, to make sure I have enough hair in the part to cover both sides. After getting the hairline and part line done, I did already go ahead and fill in the back, which I filled pretty sparse, since these curls get really nice and full very quickly. As you can see, it looks like a full head of hair already, even though I skipped one row every time, and only filled every other hole in the rows I did fill. For the inside of the head, the color pattern I'm doing is horizontal rows, using one color in each row. On the inside I also used some more of the Garnet red to have some brighter red highlights in there too. When I like the fullness of the hair, I'm taking my fabric tag glue and add that to the inside of the head to attach all the hair in place. Then I also take a Q-tip and swirl that around on the inside of the head to make sure all the glue is spread out evenly. Then once the glue has dried overnight, I can finally attach the head back to the body, revealing my new Layla doll. You can easily style this hair by fluffing it out a bit, and you could also dip it in hot water. When you want to use the boiling water, you will loosen up the texture of the hair a lot, as you can see from this experiment. For Layla, this is not the look I'm going for though, since I'm really loving the big, curly texture on this doll. And I cannot wait to play with this hair and try a bunch of different hairstyles. So please leave your suggestions in the comments. Also, let me know which Winx doll I should give a makeover to next, and subscribe to my channel for more doll makeover videos. Then to see more of my doll pictures, and to stay up to date on other looks I'll create with this Layla doll, follow me on Instagram too, @TheDollBoy. See you next time!